Yes, people, welcome back to Mission Podcast. It's another episode of Kayfabe and Out. Today, I'm joined by Lenny, and yes, it's just me and him today. A two-man step. Everyone else is busy, so me and Lenny are putting Mission Podcast on our backs and doing a wrestling episode. Been a bit busy this week. Normally, we'd get this video out by like a Wednesday or a Thursday, but yeah, it's a Friday, just before SmackDown. So yeah, Lenny, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. How are you?
Been good, man. I mean, really interesting episode of Raw this week on Monday night. A lot happened. A lot of different directions for Mania were probably confirmed. A few guys who still don't have matches, which we'll also get onto. But yeah, let's start with how Raw opened. In my opinion, one of the best openings to Raw we've had in a really long time. Like it was a really lively start. It opens with Seth and his masked men. Yes, they're still doing this masked men thing. They come out, they invade the ring. Seth's basically saying, I'm gonna take down what I built, the vision. Then obviously he gets interrupted by Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman looked like a mess. It looked like this guy hadn't showered for
Man,
since last week or even 2 weeks.
no
His
shade.
eyes, he had that mark just above his nose. Everything about Paul. I mean, he sells it really well. I remember he did a segment in 2024 with the Bloodline, and it looked like he hadn't slept in like 2, 3, 4 weeks. So he can sell these moments really well. And Seth was like, "Listen, Paul Heyman, bring out who you want to write because he knows that Bronson's injured. Braun Breaker won't be there. Is he gonna really bring out Austin Theory and Logan Paul? He doesn't think so. And obviously he does the FO thing, and then when he stops at the F, he says F5, and then Brock Lesnar comes out, and this was my literal nightmare because at that moment I'm like, oh my days. Braun Breaker probably isn't fit right now, and they are going to run that match with Seth and Brock, which, let's be honest, no one at all wants to see that in 2025, right? Like 2026, no one
Hmm.
at all wants to see Seth v Brock. Seth, he should be doing something much better, right? Brock Lesnar, he's gonna retire really soon. The only 3, 4 matches I really want to see Brock Lesnar, Gunther, Oba Femi, Braun Breaker, and Jacob Fatu. So like the four big guys of the company right now. I want to see them against Brock Lesnar. I have no interest in seeing Seth, even though it'll be a good match. It'll probably be a better match than Brock can have with many people, just because Seth will probably make it a good match. I don't really want to see that.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I was like, oh no, like we are really gonna get that. And then Brock Lesnar comes out, the masked men attack him one by one, and he just takes him out. He just takes him out with so much ease. Seth just stands there. He doesn't do anything. He's like Seth was so bored in the ring. He was just stood there staring at Brock, and then both have that face down. The crowd, WWE crowds will chant "Holy shit" to anything. They were chanting "Holy shit" throughout this whole
100%.
face off. They have this face off, and then the lads go out and you hear Oba Femi's
Rhythm.
music, and I'm like,
Rhythm.
thank God. His theme music is so good. It's so good. It's
Oh, it's
perfect for his
incredible, man.
character, perfect for him as a wrestler. And I was like, yes, we are finally gonna get Oba Femi with Brock Lesnar. The only right match you could have give to Brock Lesnar. I don't think there's another match. I mean, there were talks about Brock v LA Knight. No, thank you. Brock v Seth again. No, thank you. There's really no one else you could put Brock against. Obafemi, perfect. He comes out in the ring with so much aura. He walks down, like it was perfect the way he walked down. The crowd love him. I mean, we were talking on the Elimination Chamber watch along about Trick Williams. Like, is there a guy the crowd have been into since NXT called up like Trick Williams? And people were saying guys like maybe Finn Balor early in the day, but Obafemi he takes it. This guy comes out, the crowd are into him. They pop for him. He gets into the ring. Seth kind of baits Brock Lesnar to coming forward. Seth gets
Hmm.
out the ring. He comes forward, and this guy, the way he lifted Brock Lesnar, let me see if I got image. Flipping hell. Look how Brock's look on his
Easy,
face,
man.
bro.
That shit was
So
easy.
easy. He takes him down, and it was a really nice touch by Brock by telling him to put a foot on him, just to assert his dominance. I thought that
Yeah.
was a really nice touch. And we all know Brock Lesnar is, in my opinion, one of the great sellers of all time. If he loves you as an opponent, and if he can see he can have a good match with you, he'll sell his ass off for you all match. And he did a great job here for making Obafemi look like a massive deal. It was a great pump fake by Triple H too, because he knew, right, like this guy is really online, like he's chronically online. He knew people
100%.
went into the idea of Seth v Brock, right? He's like, okay, let me pump fake him with Seth v Brock, and after that I'll give him what they actually want. Obafemi v Brock Lesnar. Perfect segment. I don't think you could have actually made someone answer Brock Lesnar's open challenge in a better way than Oba Femi did. Just perfect. Lenny, what are your thoughts on the whole segment?
Yeah, no, it was incredible. Like, um, when Brock came out to finish Seth, I was pissed. I can't lie, my head was gum because I didn't want to see this shit. Like you said, it probably would be a good match, but ain't nobody trying to see Seth and Brock, man. And then when his music dropped and the lights went out, I was so happy, man. And like you said, Triple H is so online, so he's definitely seen online that what people actually they didn't want the LA Night shit. I think they dropped these little like things to the fucking dirt sheets or whatever it's called, like the LA Night, just to see the reaction, and no one was fucking with it. And then obviously they did the Seth stuff, and everyone was like, not really. And obviously I don't know what came out of that Oba, but yeah, people were fucking with that. So I think that's why they've gone with it, obviously.
Yeah, and listen, that was definitely the right menu plan for Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi, right? Like after that Rumble kind of stare down they had, there wasn't much that went into that Rumble segment. I thought they could have done more with the match, but
Yeah,
Brock
agreed.
Lesnar just gets eliminated by, I think it was Cody Rhodes and early night, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. Get me eliminated." So he got eliminated. After that, he wasn't really seen on TV a bit. Then they were like, "Okay, Brock Lesnar is gonna be back now." And then he came out with Paul Heyman and he was like, "Yeah, I'm issuing an open challenge for WrestleMania." We were like, "Surely Oba Femi answers this." Then there were rumors, LA Knight might be the one to answer it. We were like, "Okay, nobody in the right mind wants to see LA Knight with Brock Lesnar." It does nothing at all for Brock Lesnar. It does nothing at all for LA Knight. Probably makes LA Knight look worse, to be honest. That's the kind of match I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah,
if they had this match at Saudi, I'll be happy with it. That's like a Saudi match, fine Brock Lesnar with LA Knight. Brock Lesnar ain't gonna lose to LA Knight, but a guy like Oba Femi, the future of the business, quite literally gonna have, in my opinion, but I hope he does, the rookie year that Brock Lesnar did, when he won the title, won everything. That was like one of the
yeah.
best rookie years I've ever seen, to be honest. And I think Oba Femi is gonna have a really similar year, and it will start with beating Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So, I mean, surely he wins a Mania, right?
I mean, he has to be honest. You can't really kill his momentum here. You've got to have him win, and then like obviously I've said on here before and on Twitter, like um, you got to have him win, and then maybe face like someone like Randy at SummerSlam, have Cody come back and cost Randy, and then boom, within a year he's become a world champion. Which I mean, although it might be a bit fast, but I feel like when you have someone like this, you've got to belt them up. You've got to strap them up ASAP, and it can't be some no mid card title when he's in that vortex for 6 to 7 months, and then they move on. No, they've got to be. You've got to push them to the top as soon as possible.
100%. I think something will have gone tremendously wrong in the company if he isn't champion by at least this time next year, or being champion once this time next year.
Yeah,
Like you, Lenny, I'm on that board with him winning King of the Ring, him beating Brock Mania, probably going to into like a further feud until King of the Ring. I think that's like May, June time. I think so. You only basically got 1 month. I think
yeah,
you got like the Backlash and Clash in Italy too. He can probably have a filler feud with another monster like Bronson Reed or so. I mean, Bronson Reed won't be back by then, but give him another big man. He can probably feud with. Um, Give him that filler feud. Then he enters the King of the Ring. He wins the King of the Ring. And yeah, then he probably challenged for one of the world titles. In my opinion, he should challenge Roman. I think Roman will still be champion
that'd
by
be
then.
sick.
He should challenge Roman and actually beat Roman. And yeah, or even if he beats Randy at that time, if Randy's champion, I would demand it. But I just want to see this guy be world champion by SummerSlam. I think that's perfect. And I do really hope the company are on a similar wavelength than me and you. But yeah, I mean, perfect opening segment. Um, thank God that they did go in the Seth v Brock direction.
Oh, bro.
That would have been awful. And yeah, Brock Lesnar v Oba Femi was made official later on the show that yeah, this will be the Mania match. I think this could really open a Mania. I think having Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar would really set a tone to the
Yeah,
full Mania. Last year they did with Jey Uso and Gunther, and let's be honest, that did set the tone. Okay, this is going to be a kind of underwhelming Mania, right? Because that
yeah.
win, even though Jey won the title, it was the right decision. I think he should have won. I mean, having Gunther tap out like that, the match wasn't really
Just
that
so
good.
flat.
Exactly. So that did basically, set the tone for the rest of the Mania. But I definitely think he should. These two should open Mania, and having Oba Femi beat Brock Lesnar to open Mania would be a really fun start to open the show. But yeah, I thought it was a really good segment. Probably one of the best opening segments we've had in a really long time because normally the show doesn't really open with much excitement. But yeah, I mean, thumbs up from me. Probably, um,
Oh, I loved it.
yeah, everything about it was amazing. But yeah, we'll move on to the next thing on Raw. We'll do it order by order. It'll be easy for us to get through the whole show. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
after this we had, was it a Bloodline segment with Roman and the Usos? It was right
Yeah,
because
backstage. Yeah.
Roman arrives in his what you call, and the Usos join him. They shake his hand, whatever they do, and yeah, he just talks to the camera. I mean, he said, yeah, he had a message for the entire Bloodline, right? And he starts saying to him, yeah, this is a message for everyone. If so messing with our family, this is what we do, etc., etc. And the Usos, especially Jay, he still pastes like he hasn't apologized to it, etc., etc. And Roman's like, yeah, I'm gonna sort this out. But I mean, we did have a few more segments which we'll get onto later on the night, and the main event segment, which not the biggest fan of, but I mean, we'll talk about that
The
in a bit. After this, we had the two El Grandes have a match. I didn't actually expect them to have a match this early. I certainly don't think the rivalry is over yet, right? Like it was pretty apparent that this rivalry is going to carry on until WrestleMania, where they probably have like a mask. Um,
mask match. Yeah.
Loser takes off the mask match or something like that. But yeah, I thought this was an okay match, nothing really special, and um, the I think Ludwig Kaiser's version of El Grande Americano did pick up the win. But yeah, I mean, Lenny, are you into this feud? When do you think it's gonna end, and who do you think should win?
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of like fun slop in it. Like it's not great, but you know, there probably could be a lot more that could be used instead of that. But I mean, they've gone with it. I mean, I thought the matches would be a little bit better because I mean Ludwig is very very solid, and obviously we know Chad Gable is an amazing wrestler. So a little bit disappointed by the matches, but maybe they're holding back until we get to Mania. I do think Ludwig probably should win because selfishly, I kind of want Chad Gable back as Chad Gable. So I think you just get Chad Gable away from this gimmick, getting back to being Chad Gable, and then we move him from there.
Agreed.
I would
I
say.
also think he's playing the gimmick much better than Chad Gable did. And that's not really a knock on Chad Gable. I think people have just preferred the version of Ludwig Kaiser playing El Grande
Yeah,
Americano. Like in Mexico, I don't know if you watched the AAA, bro. This guy he gets
bro, he's
stone
loved,
cold.
didn't
He gets stone
he? Yeah,
cold
he's
level
loved.
props there. They love him and they actually boo Chad Gable's version of El Grande Americano. So yeah, I mean, I do really hope this does lead to a match at Mania. I don't know if I see that. It's going to be a proper lazy way of them just to get these two into a match for the RC title. I think we are definitely going to see some kind of multi-man match for the RC title, and I can definitely see them having the both El Grandes involved in that, which
Yeah,
I'm not really a massive fan of. I think you should end that Armenia in a singles match. I mean, this gimmick's been going on since July, the El Grande Americano gimmick. I think you
it's been
carry
so
on
long,
because
man.
if I've got a bad feeling if Ludwig Kaiser is the one who has to take off his mask, he's just gonna go back into like irrelevancy really because he wasn't doing much without. I mean, he was having good matches again like Braun and Sheamus for the IC title, but like his character wasn't really there. I think if you do have him still be El Grande Americano, do the Triple A shows, and with the tag team of Bravo Americano and Ray Americano, I think he's doing really good. But Chad Gable, he's one guy. I just want to see him go back into being Chad Gable, right? Like,
Has to,
talk about
man.
a guy who's been underutilized by the company for such a long time. I think Chad Gable's right up there. Get him back to being Chad Gable, and listen, he can have a really good feuds with maybe even go after the IC title or get Finn Balor, maybe even beat Finn Balor for the not Finn Balor for the IC title, beat Penta for the IC title. You run that back and he beats
Yeah,
him for the IC title. I would really mind that, but I do really hope in some capacity by the end of Mania, Chad Gable is Chad Gable once again.
surely, man. Surely.
But yeah, that was the El Grande Americano part of Raw. I think after this we got the AJ Levy Bailey match. You know what? A better match than I thought. Like we
Yeah,
haven't
same, same, same.
we've seen AJ Lee wrestle a few times. Not I mean one singles match was against Becky Lynch, which I wasn't really a fan of. I thought
Neither.
it wasn't really good. But if you ignore that match, this match was really good. I thought both. I mean, Bailey is a great dance partner, right? Like she can pretty much have a great
Yeah,
match with any woman, any women in the women's division. But I mean, both of them really pulled their socks on. This was a really good match, and yeah, she won, which we all expected. No one expected Bailey to win the title. Yeah, we all knew the feud going into Mania was going to be AJ Lee with Becky Lynch, and yeah, after the match, Becky Lynch did attack AJ Lee, and yeah, I mean, I don't really care about it. I'm pretty over this feud. I've been over it for a long time, even before their first singles match. But yeah, I mean, we are gonna get this at WrestleMania. It is a big match for the women. I'll give them that. So yeah, I mean, pretty bored of this feud. It's been going on since September because that's when AJ Lee returned. All she's been doing really is feuding with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch since then has feuded with Maxine, did some stuff with Natalia, put Maxine over, which was kind of crazy. I didn't
mad
expect
man.
that. And yeah, now she's going back to face AJ Lee. Do you think she wins the RC title back?
Becky, yeah, I hope so. I mean, I hope so anyway. I mean, obviously, going back to the Bailey match, we kind of knew obviously what was going to happen. We knew we are going to get Becky and AJ at Mania, and we kind of knew we were probably gonna get Bailey and Lyra go for the tag belts in some kind of maybe multi-woman match at Mania or some or like a gauntlet maybe match at Mania. I don't know, but they'll probably do a multi-woman ladder match or something like that. So we knew the result of that match. It was a decent match. It was better than I expected. But yeah, I'm kind of bored of the whole AJ Lee thing. Like it was fun that she came back, and it was like shocking because so many times it was like, could this be the year? Could this be the year? And it was a really good moment. But I just she's not a great wrestler. I was never the biggest fan of AJ growing up. On the mic, it's rough. Like it is rough. I can't lie. I feel a bit bad for Becky because she's been given some. I mean, that's just what Becky's like, though. And Becky's willing to give everyone else a rise just so they can get over and stuff. But I'm bored of this feud, just like I was with Maxine feud. That went on a little bit too long, even though it was much better than I thought it would be. That
Yeah.
went on a little bit too long. I think this has just gone on far too long. So I do hope Becky wins at Mania, gets rid of this gimmick where she's just I don't know, she's just acting scared. Like bring back like Big Time Bex or something. I don't know, man, but I'm not a big fan of this Becky character.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, our first was fine. I think Becky as a heel is the best version of Becky. I mean, the way she got over with the fans in the first place was that segment with Ronda, I think in 2018. The fans loved her after that, and
Yeah,
she went to stardom. She got her WrestleMania main event, and she became one of the most popular at acts on the whole roster. That probably the most over thing in wrestling at that time, to be honest. That was a really good, heel character. This one, like you said, is kind of jarring. Like it's too, I don't know, it's just not for me. Maybe it's for some people. This Becky Lynch character ain't really for me. It looks like I mean, it looks like she's gone back to just being a normal heel character because the way she's tweeting on Twitter over the last few days is like, yeah, no more, just caps lock. I'm just tweeting
yeah.
normal.
It's
So
looked a lot. It's looked a
it,
lot.
it
Yeah,
looks like
normal.
she's changing her character, and maybe we are getting a serious version of Becky against AJ. And yeah, 100% think Becky has to win this. AJ Lee, mm, I don't know. I mean, it depends if she's there full time, right? Like if she's there part time, I don't think you can really give her the win because she just won't be there. And like for the
Yeah,
RC title, you do need like a full timer there. And I think even though Becky Lynch in there really every week, she is there most weeks. She's there much more than AJ Lee is. I can see AJ Lee. I mean, after taking a break now after Mania, maybe doing like a SummerSlam or maybe a clash in Italy, something like that. But yeah, I don't see her being champion. But I do really hope Becky Lynch does drop the belt to someone like a Lyra again, or even like a Raquel or Roxanne, someone like that. I just want Becky to put over these women instead of someone like an AJ Lee, if you get what I mean.
yeah, 100%. It's got to be someone that's younger who's on the rise. I mean, like look at Roxanne for example. Like Roxanne, she got a bit of a big push. I mean, she had a lot of matches with Rhea, Io a good few months ago, and then like it felt like she just kind of got. I don't know if she's injured or not, whatnot. I'm not sure, but like it just
She's
feels like she's
she's
just
been
been pushed to the
she's been
side.
injured before the Royal Rumble. She got injured, I think.
Yeah, and then just before the Royal Rumble, because like it just felt like she just got pushed to the side, and obviously Raquel's obviously improved massively, and Liv came back, and won the Rumble, so she's obviously in the title picture now. So I just feel like hopefully when she gets back, she's all good, and then she can compete for a mid card title.
Yeah, 100%. But I mean, yeah, this feud carries on. I mean, we've only got 4 weeks before Mania, so I can see them, having a few promo battles. But do you remember that promo battle they had before Elimination Chamber where they were just both whining to each other? It was the worst thing ever.
Which one was that? Sorry,
The one where they just started whining to each other and
oh, Becky and
talking.
AJ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just rough, man. It's just rough. Like AJ has the same. She says whenever she has a promo, she has like the same way of saying things, and it's like so repetitive. And yeah, man, it's jarring.
Yeah,
It's hard to listen to.
I think it might have been Copy who said it when she actually returned that her character of being like this psycho woman, crazy girl, it doesn't work in 2026. And I kind of agree with him.
Nah,
There's not a woman on the roster who has a character like that. So yeah, AJ Lee, I mean, listen, great return. People love her. It was a nice moment, but I'm past her, to be honest. I don't
I'm
really
so past it, man.
care about her. But yeah,
She
that
should go
was the
NXT or something, man.
listen. That would be a bad shout. She can probably feud with women like JC Jane, Sol Ruka, Zaraya. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would demand that. After that, Penta. So we've seen Penta's gonna defend his title in an open challenge. With Penta, I just don't see them giving him a feud to put his teeth into before Mania. He's probably gonna get a few open challenges. Maybe not next week. He can face someone else, maybe an El Grande again. Who knows? And then we get the multi-man tag, not tag, ladder match at Mania for the IC title, which I'm fine with, to be honest. Penta, he's won a tier Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, both El Grandes if they want to put them there. Ray Phoenix, get him involved. He's not doing anything on SmackDown, so yeah, they could have a really good ladder match. But yeah, Penta with Dragon Lee. I mean, what a match! I mean, by far the
Oh, it
best
was
thing.
so good,
I mean,
man.
by far
So
the
so
best
good.
match on this show. I think these both have great chemistry. They're actually letting Penta wrestle a lot more now, which I've kind of missed, especially against guys like Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's suicide dive of through the ropes
Bro,
where he
oh
hits
my
you on the
god,
announce table. I think he might have the
that was
best suicide
fucking
dive
nuts.
I've seen in wrestling right now.
It's beautiful,
So
man.
good. The speedy moves are is electric. Both
But it
of them,
looks so safe. Like he's so good. Like he's
he's so
so
smooth
so
with it,
good.
right? Yeah, and he's an amazing wrestler. So there was no way this match was going to be anything but a good match. But yeah, I mean these two had the best match of the night. Then Penta won, which we all expected. He wasn't going to lose his first title defense. But yeah, I mean, nothing more than that. I just hope you get more of these matches on TV, right? Like next week, maybe he can face someone, I don't know, Javon Evans. Penta v Javon Evans, I think, would be a good match for
Oh,
the
that'd be
IC
so good.
title. And then he can just have a few good matches before Mania, and then maybe a few of his competitors come out and say, listen, we all want a shot, and that's an easy way for Argent PS to make that
Give him a
ladder
layup.
match. But yeah, I think Penta, he's. I think I might have tweeted this or put this on TikTok. I think he's already a much better champion than Dom was in his second reign, especially.
Oh, that
I
that
don't know if you remember Dom's second reign, right? So he won the title against John Cena. This
back
was
off thing. Yeah.
in Survivor Series, he won it, right? He won his belt back
Hmm.
after losing it at Boston. I think Cena's last Raw appearance. He won the title back at Survivor Series. After that, if I remember correctly, he might have got injured, but I'm not sure if
Yeah,
he got injured, right?
I do. He did get injured. I do remember him being injured. I do remember that
He was injured for at least a month, I think, and he might have come
because
back.
he was ducking AJ, wasn't he? Or was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
before?
I think that might have been afterwards. I can't remember.
I'm not
Against
sure.
AJ was that? Actually, yeah, you're right. That might have been before. But all I remember of this Dom run, right, was him getting injured, him coming out with Liv after Liv won the Rumble, just standing behind her, right? Because remember he was with her in them segments with the Stephanie Vacquer where Stephanie Vacquer made Liv cry.
Oh
How do you remember that?
yeah,
Oh yeah, then
yeah,
she
yeah.
was he was
Sofa.
there with her, right? So he did nothing else. He was just there with her, acting like a lackey and barely defend the title. The one time he did have to defend the title against Pento was the time he lost it. So listen, that goes down as one of the worst IC title reigns of all time.
Yeah, that
So
ring was horrible,
I'm
man.
really glad our course like Penta has got that title. And would you have preferred if Dom V Finn was for the title? Because I mean I wouldn't have. I don't know about you.
No, like, I think they're past that shit. Like I want obviously last year when we saw Dom win it. I mean, there's a big problem with Dom's character as well. Like I think they fumbled that. They've waited too long to turn him face or whatever because like the reaction he got at Mania was like so real. Like it was so cool. Obviously he was like a heel, but he won it, and then he runs back to the ring, and it was so cool. And then obviously you could have done it then, but they didn't pull the trigger on Finn and Dom. And then we wait this entire time, and then he becomes the Triple A champion, and he's on Triple A shows way more than having matches than on WWE TV. And then he gets injured, and he's just like lives Lackey again when she comes back. So I feel like the character, and also what I've really disliked with Dom is he went through a stage where not when he first joined the company, after a while, like they kind of like nerfed his wrestling, like they kind of nerfed him because obviously he was more like a heel, right? Obviously, so he was doing more heelish things and wasn't,
Yeah.
cooking as much as he could. And then we got to the point where Dom was having like really good matches, like around the time where John Cena won the title with him. And then obviously he lost it within 2 weeks or whatever it was. And then yeah, we've kind of gone back to the same point with his character where it's just like you're just the Judgment Day lackey, like you're just doing backstage segments and you're just holding Liv's hand when you're in the ring. And it's just like, ugh, it's just we need to get him back to cooking again. I can't lie.
For both my mid card champions, right, I want them to defend it at least once or twice in a month. We've seen that with the US title. We've got Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, even Sami Zayn before that. These all have been defending the title once, twice. I mean, Melo is defending it every week on SmackDown, which I'm a big fan of, right? And
Yeah,
at the same time, they're also telling a story between Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes, right? Like
so good.
Ilya Dragunov doesn't want Carmelo Hayes to get an opportunity without him having to earn it. Is he really? And that's a really good storyline because Ilya's like, "Oh, Melo, you're just doing it out of being, sorry for me. I don't want that. I want to earn it." And it's a really good story they're telling. But at the same time, Melo's still having them matches, right? He's having them backstage segments with guys like Ilya Dragunov, sometimes even other wrestlers. Or listen, you guys might earn opportunities. Apollo Cruz, Matt Cardona, we've seen it with them too. But at the same time, he's giving us great TV matches quite literally every week. But then you got a guy like Dom, not even giving us great matches, just backstage segment with. I mean, now he's feuding with Finn Balor, which I mean we've been waiting for that since last Mania. To be honest, right? I'd be like, when are they gonna have Finn Balor or Dom Mysterio turn on one another? And they did it this Mania, which is fine. I mean, listen, I think it was at the perfect time for Finn Balor. He was just about to turn heel, so I don't really mind that. But yeah, I mean, over the last year, we've seen a big difference between how the US title has been treated on TV and how the RC title has been treated on TV. I think the RC title has been more treated like a prop for the feud, which I mean, I'm not a big fan of, especially with the mid card title. I think it's fine for the world title at times because it is, but for like the US title and the RC title, our my champions defending it not every week. Obviously, not every week. I think that would become stale really quickly if you're just doing the same thing every week. Give them stories. Give them guys they can actually feed with. Like this Melo and Ilya Dragunov stuff. I really hope, even though we've seen it 3, 4 times, I think maybe five since they both got called up to SmackDown. I wouldn't mind watching them do it another time at Mania. Would you?
No, I think it works. Like for like mid card titles and just mid carders in general, I think it just works. Like obviously we saw Melo have what 7 matches with Escobar, and
Andrade.
it's like Andrade. There you go, I mixed up. And then it just worked. Like we weren't bored of it because the matches were so good. And I feel like when it's in the mid card, it just I don't know. Again, it just works. It just feels like it works. So again, seeing Ilya versus Melo at Mania would be great. They're telling a good story. And I don't think it's hard to tell like a good story, to be honest, with the mid card. Like there's just so many guys that want to win maybe their first championship on the main roster, or maybe they already have, and they used to be a former world champion, and now they just want glory again. They just want a belt. I think it's just so easy to create a story with the mid card title, and obviously they start. I mean, they did it with Melo, and hopefully they're going to do it with Penta as well. So I'm looking forward to both.
Back in the day, I mean, it's not a thing anymore. The RC title was basically used as a stepping stone to the main event scene, right? Like, okay,
Yeah,
this guy's won the RC title now, he's ready to win the world title now. We've not seen it much over the last 10, 15 years, I'd say. I mean, now if you win the RC title, you're pretty much stuck in the mid card, which I'm not a big fan of. I think you should be able to get into the main event scene. Back then, a prime example for me is Chris Jericho. He won the RC title a lot, which was basically a stepping stone for him to get into the main event scene. It worked perfectly. I've seen it with guys like Rey Mysterio, a lot of wrestlers where okay, you won the RC
Jay-Z.
title now. Yeah, you won the RC title now. You are now ready to make that step into the main event scene. Cena with the US title. Remember when he won the US title first, and then we are like, okay, he's ready to get into the main event scene now. It's a lot, and now we don't see really anymore with these wrestlers. But with a story with Melo and Ilya, it can seem like a stepping stone to the main event, right? Like, let's say
Yeah,
Ilya's put so many great matches on, Melo's put so many great matches on. Melo can, I don't know. I would demand if he held it. I mean, if he retained, I would ideally like Ilya to win it back. I would ideally like Ilya to go into that dark side, which I haven't really seen now. But like we haven't seen that for ages, probably since NXT. Get Ilya to go into that dark side. It puts Melo over. He's been champion for 4 months now. I think three, four. I think he won in December, if I remember correctly. He's been champ for 3 months. He's done so much for this belt. He he can probably go and challenge, let's say, Randy Orton on a B level PLE for the title, right? Would any of us have a problem if he made that step? No, I'll be, yeah,
nah.
listen, this is a great title defense for Randy Orton against Melo, who's proved himself in the company. At the start, Melo wasn't really over with the fans or, the company in general. Since he won the US title, since he's just wrestled more on TV, fans have been like, yeah, this guy is amazing. Now the crowd love him, they're behind him. And Melo's another guy where in a year's time I can definitely just see be part of the main event scene. So I do really hope we get that singles match at Mania between Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes, and Ilya Dragunov does win the title. But I mean, we've gone on total tangent. We were meant to be talking about that, but yeah, um, that was we just talked about Penta and Dragon Lee's
Penta,
title
yeah.
defense. But yeah, after
Mm.
that, let me have a look. We had the backstage segment with Paul Heyman and the Vision, and Paul Heyman was like, "Yeah, you guys have got a title shot next week." And yeah, it's the Vision against the Usos next week. I was expecting this at Mania. I mean, I could definitely still see it
Mm.
happening at Mania. Do you see the Vision? I mean, 100% see the Vision being costed by LA Knight. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I mean, we saw obviously Heyman say, your mission is to basically go after Usos, and then obviously Logan said, and LA Knight. So it does feel like something with LA Knight's going to happen again with Division. So I wouldn't be shocked if he costs them now. I wouldn't be
Yep,
shocked at all.
100% see the Usos retaining the titles at next week's Raw. For LA Knight though, Lenny, what do you see him doing at Mania?
I can't lie, yeah. Unless I don't know because they could if they're going to do Division, if they're going to do Theory and Logan versus the Usos. I don't know, because let's say for example Bron's gonna be back in time, so it's gonna be Bron versus Seth, right?
Yeah,
Bro, I have a feeling that we're gonna have a segment where Seth's with his masked men, and then Bron's gonna be one of the masked men and gets him and he spears Seth, right? But
yep.
anyway, that's another topic. LA Knight might have to be left off. I don't know what he does, honestly. And like, there's so many guys now that what's Trick doing? What's Sammy doing? Obviously, I know it's two companies, but two show across those two shows. But like, I don't know, man. There's going to be some big guys and some like favorites missing Mania, and I would not be entirely shocked if it was in that unless they just throw him in like the mid card ladder match.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say
Probably.
I can 100% see them just putting him in the RC title scene, which would be like this guy's been feuding with the Vision for nearly a year now, and all of a sudden just to get him on the card, we're putting him in the RC title match. I mean, there's a comment here which is LA Knight should team up with Bad Bunny versus the Vision. Listen, I would demand this. I think
I would be happy with it
we've
to be
seen Bad
honest.
Bunny and Logan Paul have a bit of beef online.
Yeah.
This would I mean LA Knight teaming with Bad Bunny is a big deal, right? I mean it gets him on the card, it gets Bad Bunny on the card, which looks like he might WrestleMania. Not I mean it's 4 weeks away. I mean surely we don't know by now, but maybe next week they do something. Versus Division, yeah. I mean I would demand this. The Usos though, then it's like who do the Usos face, right? Because let's be honest, the Raw tag team division ain't really that strong. There are not that many tag teams that you like, yeah, the Usos, come face
Yeah,
this tag team. And that's the fault of the company, not, really building up many tag teams to face the Usos. They had that one title defense against the Alpha Academy, Otis and Tozawa, and but that they've not really done much with the tag titles. So I mean, I was pitching them to do the Usos against the Lucha Brothers, but obviously Penta's RC title holder right now,
yeah.
so I don't see them doing that anytime soon. Maybe at SummerSlam they can do that. But yeah, I mean, he's in a tough position, LA Knight, right? Because listen, there's a easy solution there. He's been
Sticky man.
feuding with the Vision, so surely he's in some capacity. He's in a feud with the Vision in some capacity at WrestleMania, right? If that's him teaming
You'd
up
think
with,
so, yeah.
yeah, you'd surely think that. But then again, I think it's going to be the Usos v the Vision at WrestleMania purely because the Usos have no one else to face. Like, I'm looking through the Raw tag division right now. There's no one that screams, yeah, WrestleMania match. And maybe they get left off the card, right? Maybe they do like a Raw match before Mania and they just
Hmm.
leave the tag titles off. But I mean, it's better to leave the tag titles off than get something we got last year, right? I mean, the New Day v the War Raiders was so bad. Like that match could have happened on an episode of Raw, and I would have still called that like a bad match. But yeah, I mean the Usos are in a tough spot because it looks like they're gonna do them with the Vision next week. Maybe I mean it wasn't clean, so maybe that carries on to WrestleMania. LA Knight, I mean Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, maybe
Oh no.
who knows?
It's possible, man. You
Yeah,
never know.
he's in a really tough spot. I actually don't know what his original plans would have been because it was always gonna be Braun v Seth, right? Maybe Logan Paul, maybe a new member of the Vision.
Maybe.
I don't know. He's in a really tough spot. Who did he face last Mania? Oh, Jacob Fatu, and he
Yeah,
held
Jacob, yeah.
he lost the title to Jacob Fatu, which and before that I think he was in a feud with AJ Styles. So he's got himself in a really good position over the last 2 years to go into Mania in kind of big matches with AJ Styles and Jacob
You just need to stop
Fatu.
watching.
Oh yeah, bro. Every match. That's probably one of the
Money in the
reasons to
bank
wait. Like,
fucking thing with
yeah,
Seth. Oh
bro.
no.
When he goes onto the top rope and he slips, I'm like, oh my day.
Oh
Just
man.
don't do
Yeah,
that
that
move
was
if every time you're gonna go there and
in it.
slip. But yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan, but definitely over the last year, maybe 2 years, I mean, like, yeah, he's definitely been hard done by, right?
He's
Like,
been
he's
shafted,
had
man.
opportunities where the company could have just pushed him, further on in the main event scene, but they're like, nah, there's always a ceiling with this guy, which fair enough if you don't rate him. Not everyone's gonna like everyone, but yeah, over the last 2 years, I mean, like, yeah, listen, Elina can talk. I think he's a great promo. He's got charisma. He can wrestle okay-ish. I don't think he's a great wrestler, but he can do a job if you want to put him there. And yeah, it looks like he's gonna have a struggle getting onto the main card this year unless they do that, like the strong Bill say, they do that tag match with Bad Bunny, which I personally don't see. But I mean, I wouldn't really mind that. I think it's a great position for
I'll be
Alien
happy
Knight
with
on
that,
the
yeah.
card, and yeah, great position for Bad Bunny on the card. But yeah, that was the backstage segment. After that, oh my days. Natalia against Maxine again. Lenny, I'll let you talk about this because I don't care about it.
Uh, absolutely dog shit. Don't care. Let's move on.
Why is this feud still carrying on for? Like, what's the reason for
I
it?
just don't get it. Like the thing is, the story. I get it. Right? The story on paper isn't bad, right?
Oh yeah.
She helps train. She helps train Maxine. She wins the belt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She gets turned on by Natty because we always knew this Natty character was gonna be Natty and she's gonna be a lot more meaner or whatever the fuck it is. But it's just like it's just being shit. And the thing is, right, Natalia like in the last few years just has like these random matches on Raw every 6 months, and she puts on bangers. Like I remember she had a match with Rhea, and it was really good. And like every so often, she would just face someone. She would lose, obviously, but she would have a good match. And like I don't think this character, like the way she wrestled, well, she wrestles for like 2 minutes until she gets a DQ. But I don't think this like gimmick suits her whatsoever. Like it's not suited towards her, man. In WWE. Apparently she went somewhere else. Was it Bloodsport or something? Did some good stuff over there. I don't know. I don't watch it, but
GCW Bloodsport,
yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, like just not very good. And especially with someone with like Maxine, who although has improved loads over the last year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Just like it's not kind of the wrestling she needs. Like I don't know, man. It's just terrible, man. It's
Do
just
you
not good.
remember when they were doing the Becky v Maxine feud, and it was after she won the title, and Natalia was taking her to the MMA dungeon, bro?
Yeah,
I'm like, you should have done that before the Becky v Maxine match, right? Because it would have made a ton much of sense. Because yeah, she's facing her now. She's got this extra edge to her. Now she coming the title. Doing that afterwards was like, yeah,
yeah. It was so
whatever.
weird. You thought you would use that to build her, but to win the belt, not after. Yeah, it's so stupid. So I just remembered that what you just said, and it's made me think about it because I remember at the time I was like, why are you doing that now and not before when she kept losing and she needs the help and to build herself? Yeah, just dumb.
Bizarre. Yeah, I mean, chances Triple H runs his match once more. I mean, no interest in it, but Triple H will probably do it. He ran Becky v Maxine like 5, 6 times or something crazy like that. But yeah, Natalia did end up getting the win, which we all kind of expected. Natalia should be Becky Lynch for that. Oh my
Fucking
days.
hell, man.
After this, okay, this was really interesting, and I want to hear your thoughts on this, Lenny. Randy Orton was on the phone with someone and says he'll see them soon. Then adds that he had a conversation with someone who has a brain who made him understand who he is and why he turned on Cody Rhodes. He says, I'm a killer and wrestling has more than one royal family. Initial thoughts, Lenny.
Um, I had a like when I first saw it, I felt like it was Kevin Owens, right? But I genuinely don't like. I don't know. Like no one immediately. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not thinking hard enough. No one immediately jumps out and be like, "Oh yeah, it's got to be them." I saw a tweet about it being Shane McMahon. That guy needs to be slapped. I saw that tweet.
Dave Meltzer.
Fucking
Oh,
hell.
let's not talk about that
Jesus
guy. Flipping
Christ,
hell.
man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, my brain immediately went to Kevin Owens. But yeah, I don't know, man. I am intrigued. Like, I kind of like when I don't really know what's going on. I don't really have a clue. Maybe I'm missing someone, and there's someone staring me right in the face. But I can't. Outside of Kevin Owens, I don't really know personally.
Same. I mean, listen, Kevin Owens was one of the options that came into my mind. But that I seen someone say Charlotte. I'm like, what connection
Lesnar.
does that have
That's the
with
need.
Charlotte? And Charlotte and Shane McMahon being two of the options is some of the funniest shit ever. I've seen someone say Randy Orton's father, Cowboy Bob Orton Jr.
Oh yeah.
It could be that because the wrestling has wrestling has more than one royal family. That could simply be just that's something Cody says, right? Like wrestling has more than one royal
Hmm.
family.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that. Kevin Owens will be really intriguing, but I do think when Kevin Owens comes back, he ain't gonna get booed by no one. Like he has to
That's what
be
I'm
a
saying.
babyface and he has to win a title. Another option I've heard, Sami Zayn. If you remember that backstage segment, Sami Zayn and Randy Orton had, and um, Randy Orton basically goes to Sami Zayn that you need to listen to the voices in your head, and a week later, Randy Orton did just beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes. That's another option. I mean, that's not an option I really care about, but yeah, there's no one that really stands out to me that yeah, it could be him. I mean, maybe they drop this, maybe we don't hear about this after
Yeah, I don't
this
know, man.
segment.
It's weird.
Maybe it is that they did that with that mysterious phone call Adam Pearce had,
Oh
which I
yeah.
called at the
Oh
time.
yeah.
I said, listen,
Fuck's
2 weeks,
sake.
they ain't gonna bring this up ever again.
Who do you think it was? Who do you think it was going to be?
I don't know. I don't think the company knew Lenny. Like, I don't think the
That's
company
yeah,
had a
that's
clue.
true.
They
Bro,
just
what
did
if it's actually like Randy Orton's dad and he's just flexing on the fact that his dad's actually alive and Cody's isn't? That's
that.
fucked.
Oh, if he brings his dad now and he's like,
That's
"Where's yours?"
dark.
Oh, okay. That's something I could definitely see. But yeah, man, not a lot of options. But I'm like, yeah, it could be this guy. I mean, I know what people were saying Kevin Owens, right? Because Kevin
Kevin
Owens was
Owens was
the one
the
who
one
he
who
did turn
he
on,
did turn on.
right?
Right.
Wait, can you hear me?
Wait, can you hear me?
Hello?
Sorry, my headphones cut out. My bad.
Oh, I was hearing myself there. I'm like, where's Lenny gone? But yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, Lenny, not many options who it could be, but I am intrigued. I do really hope it does go somewhere. Randy Orton getting some kind of help to beat Cody Rhodes wouldn't be the worst case scenario in the world. But yeah, do you see Randy Orton reforming Legacy? That would be cool.
With who? With Ted after he got no, not guilty today.
Oh,
Um,
you know what you should do, right? And I don't know if they're gonna do it. Ethan Page and Ricky Saints, bring them both up.
I see. I would like that
I would love that. I know some people don't really like that, but I would love that.
because obviously they've been. I mean, I can't lie. I used to be like NXT enjoying like number one. I kind of like dropped off NXT a little bit more recently. Like since everyone's been called up. I mean, I still like watch some of the Ricky and 'cause obviously they're like a tag team now, right?
Yeah,
Ricky and fucking what's his
Ethan
name?
Page, Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, and obviously the Soul Ruka and Zarya stuff's cool. But yeah, I would like that, man, because I feel like Ricky Saints and like Randy would like. I think they fit. Like I don't know. I think they would get along really well in like a faction. I would actually really like that. That's a really good shout.
There were two guys I was pushing heavy to join the Vision. I think they would have worked. I mean, Seth's original Vision,
Yeah,
not the one right now, right? Seth
I did
Rollins,
think it was
Braun
gonna be Ricky. To
Breaker.
be fair,
Yeah, same like Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Bronson Reed. Like you've actually got 3, 4 guys there who you are, building to the future, especially with a guy like Ricky Saints and Braun Breaker. It would have worked really well. And obviously they didn't go down that direction. They added Logan Paul and Austin Theory, which the less said about the better. But yeah, I mean, when they get called up, which I don't know if you've been keeping up with NXT recently, it looks like the match Stand and Deliver is gonna be Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page versus Tony D'Angelo versus Joe Henry in a fatal four-way for the NXT title. So
yeah,
it does seem like, um, I mean, Ricky Saints will probably win. I don't know, maybe Tony D'Angelo, but I think Ethan Page will move up after Mania. I think he's guaranteed to move up. There's been reports saying he's gonna move up. Ricky Saints, I'm unsure of. I think the men's division is too weak for him to get
yeah.
called
He
up
might get a
right
little
now.
run with the title in
Yeah,
NXT before he
exactly.
moves
And then
out.
get moved about. Ethan Page is a guy I can 100% see being part of the Raw mid card scene in a
Oh
few months.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that match, Stand and Deliver, is kind of a funny match compared to last year's match with Trick, Javon, and Oba. Yeah, it just shows the how bad NXT have been doing with their talent. The Javon from Trick from Oba from like those are three massive NXT stars. I mean, they all got taken away. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, Fatal Four Way is probably the best they can do. I don't want to see another Joe Henry v Ricky Saints singles match.
Yeah,
Tony
we'll get on that,
D'Angelo,
man.
part of the main event scene was going to happen, I think, after how he came back. But yeah, I'd already manned that. But I think Ethan Page will definitely not win the title. I think he's definitely going to get called up anytime soon. But Randy Orton forming legacy would be something. Like Randy Orton's this old guy now, and him taking two younger guys under his wing, to do the dirty bit. I know it didn't really work with Seth and the Vision because how they were booked and injuries, but Randy doing it, I think will be really good TV. But yeah, um, that was a Randy segment which we got, which was one of the most interesting things on the whole show. To be honest, like I was really confused. I'm like, where does this go? After this, Danhausen, or another thing that I absolutely love about the show, bro. Like compare this guy to when he got debuted, right? Like we actually did a watch along for that, and we were live. We were like, "Oh my days, this is the
Yeah,
worst
same.
thing
I was
ever."
like, oh,
And
really?
how
Are we dead ass?
I mean, it was the company's all fault for building expectations, harping it up
Yeah.
that much. This mystery created, which we all knew. I mean, I said it like this is definitely going to be a letdown, no matter what happens, and that's
Definitely.
possibly the worst thing you could have done for Danhausen, right? I mean, credit to him for him to be able to turn it around in 2, 3 weeks. Just shows how good of a character he is playing that role, right? And we had that segment at Chamber the next night on Raw. I was sold on him. I'm like, this is
Oh,
exactly what he
yeah,
has to
same.
do.
Literally the same.
He has to just be backstage, have these comedy segments where he curses someone and that person goes on to lose the match. It's great. It's exactly what he has to do. I have no interest in seeing him in a match against anyone. Just do these backstage segments, keep us entertained, and it's great. So the fact he's managed to turn around just shows, how good he is in that role. But yeah, he cursed. I mean, he was about to curse Kofi Kingston, and Grayson Waller got pulled. So he actually cursed Grayson Waller, which, I mean, I don't know where that's gonna go, but a
Yeah,
fun segment. After that, we had Stephanie Vaquer against Raquel Rodriguez for like the fourth time in the past 2-3 months.
bro, that's literally all Steph is doing. Like she had the was it the Philadelphia Street Fight? Is that what it was called? It was
Yep.
a street fight of some sorts. And then like, and now she's facing Raquel again, and it's like, what? He keeps doing this with his world champion. He's world champions, especially the women ones. Like they get trapped in a vortex, and they either don't wrestle or they just wrestle the same person. It happened to Rhea with Liv, where for like that feud went on for too long. They had too many matches, and they didn't really have the best chemistry whatsoever. Like, it just was a bit awkward a lot of the time, and the story got boring. Sorry. And then you go to Io, and then Io was just in catering like every single week until a big PLE came, and then she drops the belt to Stephanie, and then Stephanie had obviously she's injured gimmick, yada yada yada, whatever. She wasn't injured, or maybe she had like I think she missed like a week. That was a really weird segment. Anyway, they made her injured for a week.
Yeah.
Weird. But for her ankle, and then now she's champion, and she's in the fucking live. Well, not live because she's just come back for Rumble, but she's in the live and Judgment Day Vortex, and it's just her facing Raquel, and it's like. I don't know, man. It's just shit. Like, especially I don't know, man. It's just really bad. It's just such bad booking.
Yeah,
So bad.
I've not really liked how they've booked Stephanie Vaquer since she became champion, which is it's been a long time now, right? Like she won it at WrestlePalooza, which is that's September. And now we're in what March, so that's been a good like nearly 6 months since she's won the title. And yeah, you're right, she's not really doing much with that title to be honest. And yeah, we got this match, which was a bunch of nothing, to be honest. Really similar to the last matches. I don't think they got the greatest chemistry, to be honest. EO came out, and EO actually was the one that did cost Raquel Rodriguez that match. Stephanie Becker won, which I'm glad she won. She's a champion, you know. She got a big match at Mania in a few weeks. She can't lose until Mania, basically. And yeah, but like you said, Lenny, the booking of the women's division has been so weird. Like this Liv and Stephanie program, I'm not really into. Rhea and Jade program, the way the company are booking it, I'm not into. Like there is actual content you can work with, right? Like actual real life content you can work with, and what they're making about aesthetics, who looks better than who, etc., etc. It's
Yeah.
that feud is stupid. Then we've got the AJ Becky feud, which is even stupider, and now the Livy Stephanie feud, which is just a bunch of nothing. So the women are not really, having the greatest of build up. And I don't know, is it by purpose? I know you were saying it last week, or the company doing it by purpose to just water down these feuds so they don't feel bigger than the men's feuds.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Like, I used the word the other day on Twitter. I said overshadow. That's probably the wrong word. I would say watered down to a certain extent because we got good stuff, and it's like when we get good stuff with the women, it's like they either cut it too short or really drag it out. They really dragged out the Io and Rhea stuff. And cool, I mean, it's two of your biggest stars, probably, and Bianca as well, but Bianca's injured, so you kind of want to squeeze as much as that as possible. I understand that they lose the belts. Obviously, Rhea wins the chamber and stuff. Io again, what's Io doing? Like, I know she's Kabuki Warriors, but she came out. She came out the other day, didn't she, to help? Was it in the Steph match?
Yep, she did. That
Yeah, she
much.
came out, which obviously I think Raquel cost her the week before, so I get that. But even still, like, surely you're going to be building up the Kabuki Warriors or her versus Asuka or whatever. And it's like every time on the road to Mania, the builds aren't good. They're very rushed. And that, to be fair, the same can and has been said for the men. Like, it has felt rushed at times, especially last year. But they immediately get like a good story, and it's like this year, as well as last year, like for your two world title matches now, the women have not by purpose, but almost had to go into like business for themselves, caused a bit of cause a bit of shit online just to get like a decent storyline going. Because I couldn't give a fuck about Stephanie and not Stephanie, Charlotte and Tiffany last year
Yeah,
until their little incident in the ring happened. And then I was like, oh, okay, this. I wonder how Mania is going to play out. And I didn't like the match personally. It was very weird. It was like kind of stiff but really slow at the same time. It was a very weird match. And then obviously this year with the Rhea and Jade stuff, it's unfortunate. Whatever it happens, not everyone's got to like each other. Deal with it. Who cares? But then use that like, oh, you want to get fucking, you want to get personal and shit like that, and like, but they just didn't use it. But then the funniest thing is when, I don't know if you saw it, they posted a clip and it was Rhea and Jade like talking when the mics weren't on. They were just shouting at each other, and it was like really good stuff. And it's just like,
yeah.
why not use that? It just I don't know what it is. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if I don't know, man. It's just because we know if it happened online and two of the guys were hashing it out, they would use that in their storyline. So it's just frustrating because it's just boring and no one. It makes me not want to care about the match because
We
the
joined
build's
by
awful.
we joined by Copy. Yes, Copy. What you saying?
Oh yeah.
Yo, can you hear me
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
properly? Yeah.
Properly.
Yeah,
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 all
yeah.
good, all good.
Apologies, lads. Apologies, lads. What we discussed so far then?
It's alright. We ain't got into the good stuff yet with the Roman Punk promo. We're just
Oh,
going
is
through
it? Oh,
Monday Night Raw.
that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
So we said that last. So I mean, this comment says, "What do you think Io will do at WrestleMania?" There were reports, I think, last week or the week before that she'll be in some kind of match with Asuka and Kairi Sane. But after this week, it looks like she's on stuff with Raquel Rodriguez. So I mean, I don't think the company know what they're gonna do with the Mania, to be honest.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, after that, was it the main event segment after this? I'm pretty sure it. I mean, we got a backstage segment with the LA Knight and the Usos. Yeah, I can definitely see the LA Knight helping the Usos retain the tag titles against Division next week, and then we move on to the main event segment. So 2 weeks ago, Punk basically said whatever he said about Roman's father, right? That was fair enough, right? We were like, surely after this segment, we get the final version of Roman, right? Like, I didn't want a promo battle between these two. I was like, you, Roman, as soon as you enter the arena, you need to come for smoke. You need to go for Punk, find him, and just beat the living shit out of him, right? That's exactly what this week needed to do. Instead, we got another promo battle, which at first I was like, okay, listen, I don't want to see this, but let's see where this go. Maybe Larry gets brought up, etc., etc. They start the promo battle, and I didn't like Roman's demeanor in the segment. Like, he seemed too nonchalant, like he was still in that tribal chief gimmick where, like, yeah, no one can touch me. I'm unstoppable. I've got my family behind me. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. And yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't mind the original promo. The content of it I thought was fine. Like, listen, Roman said to him, this is the truth. You're not faster than me. You're not stronger than me. You're not better looking than me. You're basically nothing to me. The title on your waist is an embarrassment. You're a try hard, which I don't get that line. He's champion. He's meant to be defending it. The try hard line doesn't really work there. So it felt a bit off to me. And then the promo ended by Roman calling Punk old, and that's what made Punk snap. Which, listen, I totally get, right, because it works with the story Punk's been telling us fans. He's been saying, listen, Father Time is catching up to me. I don't know how long I've got. I've just seen AJ Styles retire. I've just seen John Cena, my best friend, retire from wrestling. When is it going to be me, right? So he's doing his best to prove, listen, I can still hang with all you guys, right? Like, he's nearly 50 now, and he's trying to prove, listen, Roman, you're 40, I can hang with you. Finn Balor, hang with him. Braun Breaker, a real young guy, I've actually beat you. So it's a really good story they've been telling. But I get why they went with that line, and maybe it was a last minute decision because they couldn't do that Larry line. But regardless of that, I mean, I'm sure we'll get onto that and talk about that line. It just didn't click with me. Like, that can't be the last line of the promo for us to want more for the next promo. Like, the promo 2 weeks ago, I couldn't wait for the next time Roman was on Raw, right? I was like, Roman, you gotta do something. Like, I can't wait to see what Roman does. And the fact we got this tribal chief, nonchalant version of Roman, and all he done was call Punk all, and that's what made Punk snap was like, meh, like, what was this? I don't really care about it. And yeah, man, didn't really like
It
this
was
segment. Yeah,
it was low key embarrassing. I can't lie. Like CM Punk says what he said about Roman's dad last week. Then obviously or 2 weeks ago he doesn't turn up the week after as it was the Usos that tried to back it. He then comes and says like sticking up for the family, like thanks guys, whatever. And then like he sees Punk and he's like this smug self, and it's like last week you were fuming like you didn't know what to do with yourself after he said that bar and left. And then he goes to leave, and CM Punk's like, nah, you're not leaving. He bitches him there. He walks back in the ring like a good boy, and then he just says, you're only in the main event because of me. Well, not really, Roman, because the world champion's probably going to be in the main event with whoever wins the Royal Rumble. So I get what he's saying, obviously, but like, not really. And then like the whole Larry thing, obviously, that's CM Punk not wanting anyone to say anything about his dog who passed last month. I mean, I get it, but like, kind of don't go down that route if that's the case. Like, if it
Exactly.
got brought
yeah,
up that you're gonna say something about Roman's dad,
Fact.
everybody said after that happened, bro, Roman's got to bring up his dog.
yeah.
And that would have been discussed when it got discussed that he's going to bring up something about Roman's dad. So, like, and again, you're a professional. Roman doesn't actually mean anything about your dog. Like, he doesn't care. Like, you kind of got to take it on the chin. And like, even if it does actually make you mad, good, because then that it benefits the feud and makes it even look even more real and stuff. But it's just like
Money.
I was really disappointed, man. Like Roman got bitched after speaking about his dad and just kind of accepted it. He was very smug, and then obviously, like you said, the comment about Punk being old, good. Like you said, it's a good story, but it's not something that you end on that actually makes
Yeah.
him flip and hit Roman. So like, yeah, man, I was super disappointed by it.
You know, this promo, it was just so strange. Like, I didn't understand it. Like, don't get me wrong, if this was like the first or the second promo, yeah, you know what, I'd say Fears, that's a good promo. But after the line that Punk used at the end, like, you can't go to doing the nonchalant I don't care gimmick, I'm not rattled, blah blah blah. It just didn't make sense. The guy mentioned your dead father, for fuck's sake, and then you're trying to like do your generic shtick. Like, I just didn't understand. It didn't make any sense. For me, it screamed last minute change. I think them using the dead father line Punk must have been like, okay, we can go to certain limits, and then I don't know if it was Punk or if it's the company. You never know. You never
I
know.
think it's Punk, man. I think
Yeah,
maybe
that's
AJ might have not wanted it to happen, and like you know what Punk's like. If AJ said no, he ain't
but
doing it. Maybe it's too
you
fresh. I
know
don't know, man.
I know, but
I don't
then
know.
listen. I love CM Punk. Yeah, I'm a CM Punk fanboy. The guy's on my personal Mount Rushmore. Yeah, and I was actually one of a Roman Reigns hater back in the day. But I am sorry, you have to be fair. You can't be biased all the
You have
time,
to, yeah, you
bro.
have to bite your
Bro,
tongue and be like, I'm not gonna
bro,
like it, but I've brought up
bro,
his
I'm
dad. His
sorry, but
dad, by the way, and it's
that
like
is that is such a bitch and cowardly move.
CM
I'm
pussy, man.
sorry.
CM pussy.
I'm sorry. Listen, I know people feel funny about animals and stuff, but I'm sorry. Mentioning someone's dead father is 100 times worse. And if
Listen,
Roman
I
was
think
okay with it, if Roman was okay with it, then Punk, I'm sorry, mate. That is absolutely shameful. The fact that not only you've gone against it last minute to do it as well, you've kind of sabotaged the feud as well. Because that segment didn't just undo Roman's work; it undid the whole fucking program's work as well. It just completely derailed the momentum of the match when it was just so good 2 weeks before.
I think Lenny made a great point where if you don't want to bring up his dead dog, fair enough. Just don't go down that route with his dead father then, because then you set an expectation where like you're gonna have to bring Larry up for this feud to escalate to the next level, right? Like what can Roman say to Punk that's gonna actually push him over the edge, unless it's something to. I got. Let's be honest, Punk loved that dog so much. Like obviously that loss was gonna affect him. Fair enough if you don't want to bring that up. I'm sure Roman's dad loss was going to affect him too. Just don't go down that route at all if you want to change it last minute. Which again, I don't know if it was a Punk thing. I don't know if it was a company thing. Like Lenny said, it might have been an AJ Lee thing where she like, listen, I'm not really comfortable with that. If you're not, fair enough. I don't blame you for that. Whatever. Just don't go down that route at all. Then where you set an expectation to fans be like, oh, Larry's gonna get brought up and this feud is gonna escalate to the next level, and then they ended the line with, I mean, I'm not a fan of especially these two ending promos with like a punchline or like a sucker punchline. Don't do that. You're much better than that. But ending it with a line like "you're old," that's, I'm sorry, I get why they did that and it matches the story, but surely that's not gonna be the line that pushes him over the edge for him to actually lay his hands on Roman.
Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. You know what? It actually makes both of them look weak because like, Punk is a guy that's dishing it out, yeah, bringing up people's dead fathers, blah blah blah, and then someone calling you old and you lose it. Like it doesn't make any sense. And then Roman, you have Roman like, and it's weird because at the start of the show, Roman's like it's like he's telling his family to be more angry than him for the comment, and it didn't make sense. It's like what? He's like
The
telling the
Usos,
Usos and the Rock
yeah,
or whatever, like, oh, you should be outraged by this, blah blah. Why are you not outraged? That's what I want to know.
facts like the Usos last week seemed 10 times more enraged than Roman did in this segment. Roman was standing nonchalant, he was smiling to Punk after what he said last week. And I get, listen, you're trying to make it obvious that Punk's not in your head. But after them 2 weeks, we could tell you were visibly rattled. You were visibly rattled and you didn't know what to say when Punk dropped that dead father line. After that, you've got to change, man. Like your character's got to change. Even though you don't have to have this whole transformation, just make it look like that line did rattle you. And yeah, like Hoppe said, it just did nothing for both men. It probably made the feud a bit worse. Like they're gonna have to bring the heat next week to get fans. I mean, listen, Roman v Punk is one of the biggest matches they could make, so people are gonna be invested regardless. But to take that feud into the next level, Larry was the perfect thing they could have brought up, and
You,
they didn't go down the line.
you know what it feels like, Danny? Now that whole dead father comment. Now it just screams of something of unreal, doesn't it? Like it was a cheap shock, viral moment sort of thing. And you know what? This feud didn't even need that, though. If I'm being honest, you can take that father comment away, and people would still be so hyped for this match. They're both so talented as well on the mic. They did not even need to go there. I mean, look at the first promo they had. If they wanted to run the whole Punk is insecure because he's old and he's seen Cena and stuff, that's fine. That's brilliant. I actually like it, but it doesn't make sense when you've just like the previous week you've put the feud to that limit, to that line. You've crossed a certain line, and I thought, oh, let's go back behind that line now. Actually, oh, it was just forget about it. Like what? It's just silly. It's goofy. It's goofy.
This comment says it perfectly. The Reigns and Punk rivalry should have been about the hate for each other and not other things like a dog or family. If you don't want to go down that route and fully stick to it, talk about the dog or talk about his dead father, just talk about how much you hate each other, because that first promo was so good. Like, let's be honest, me, Lenny, we really weren't invested in Roman v Punk. Again, we were saying Roman v Drew should have been the match. We
Yeah.
just seen Roman v Punk in a kind of match last year. I mean, I know Seth was there, but still, they were involved each other. They were still going promos. We were like, oh, just do Roman v Drew. It makes sense with all Bloodline Hunter storyline with Drew McIntyre would have been so much better. But that one promo they called the first promo was such a good promo. It sold pretty much 99% of people on that match. You're like, yeah, this is the WrestleMania match. This is the biggest match they could do right now. We're all down for it. And listen, I said at that time, I think I might have said it after the second promo, like, I'm afraid they've got 5-6 weeks to burn. Like, are they going to keep the intensity throughout the whole feud? And so far, I've been proven right. The fact that it's kind of lost interest to some people because the promo didn't really live up to expectations. And when you got two of your biggest stars, Roman and Punk, you kind of set an expectation of them to deliver and keep this feud heated. I mean, I know it's a really lazy comparison to compare it to JV Gunther, but JV Gunther at the start was really hot and then it just got progressively worse. And I really hope this Punk v Roman feud can pick back up and it, just doesn't die out.
I don't think it will die out because I think they'll.
A copy, we can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
It looks like you're underwater. Yo, is he here?
He's dead. He's gone. What happened? He's dead, man.
Lenny, you must give your thoughts on the garbage talk.
Yeah, man. It's just annoying, man. Like it felt like it killed, stopped a lot of the momentum. I'm like, next week like, they're gonna have to wow me again. And it's like you could have had Punk say that, and then Roman end it this week with the Larry comment, and then Punk still could have hit him, and then next week or the week after, whenever they see each other again, that's where they have their big brawl, and then you go into Mania, and it's like it's they've had an amazing build up, but just feels like they one step forward, two steps back. But
And the thing is, yeah, you
real
can't have.
quickly though, I
Yeah, go
did
on.
see something on Twitter just now that for SmackDown tonight, apparently, the women's tag team match is main eventing, so we could see new tag teams tonight, tag team
I see.
champs,
I see that too, but I think that'll be the last match. I think the Cody Randy
which
will
is the
probably
Bella
be the
Twins.
last segment. Yeah.
And
So,
guys,
Lol.
copy. Yeah.
No, I can't. This shit's cooked, man.
can you hear me, Danny?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say it's funny how 2 weeks ago everyone was hyped for this main event, Roman Punk, and now all of a sudden everyone's invested in Randy Cody, and it's funny how things can change so quickly.
Facts. Yeah. Like I can't. I'm really looking forward to the Cody v Randy segment today. Which, I mean, listen, a week ago we were like, yeah, no one really cares about, at that time Cody v Drew, right? And be like, okay, listen, they don't have that long left to build Cody v Randy. They've got like a month. They've got to do something big, either turn Randy heel or just pass this feud up. And yeah, it looks like a week later. I mean, I can't wait for the Cody v Randy segment right today. I can't wait to see what Randy has to say. And Roman v Punk's kind of like, you gotta bring the heat next week, man. Like you can't every week you can't be there cutting promos on each other. Like you just can't do that. One week you gotta have like a brawl. Like this week, I wouldn't have minded if Punk was the one who came to the ring first and Roman just attacked him and just beat the living crap out of him for just to close the show. And him and the Usos are just standing there over Punk's body. I think that would have been great. You got to do something like that. And maybe next week, you could have like security. They can't get close to each other. The week after that, maybe like a sit down interview, or they both stand across the ring from each other and cut promos, something like that. I think it was a really bad choice of having a promo segment here, purely because the content wasn't really good. The end line was embarrassing, to be honest. And yeah, next week they've got because like I'm old. That still pisses me off because I get the story, I get why they did it 100%, but that can't be the line that actually pushes Punk over the edge.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like you're pivoting to that, which is a fine angle of your old school kind of thing, yeah, which is fine. But after what Punk said, it's just like, nah, man, that was not the move. But I think one thing will say though, Danny, I've seen some people saying that the promo itself is not as bad as people are making out. Like, see some of the points Roman made, like, oh, AJ Lee being the the box office star, blah blah blah. There were kind of some good lines. But what I will say, if they want to recover this, right? I don't know if you saw you see the bit at the after the show when Roman was talking, like, oh, you
To the fans, yeah.
say one little thing to him and he like loses it, blah blah. I think you need to play into that now. I think you should make this into a storyline. How let's say Roman cuts a promo next week. He's like, oh, I need to be careful what I say, or this guy trying to create that blah blah. I think that's the only way you can save and get.
Yeah, 100%. Copy still seems like you're underwater. Like we can hear, yeah, but it's bare. Like I
He's
think you're bare.
swimming,
And
man.
I'm gonna call it a day.
Oh, it's better now. It's better now. I don't know. I don't know where your phone was before. But yeah, copy. 100% agree with you. I actually at the time, I think I said it in the group chat. I actually thought this promo was a really good promo until the last thing. Yeah, line. I thought, listen, they did what they had to do. Wasn't really anything bad. The main thing I actually hated about the promo was Roman. I thought, listen, Roman's delivery at times can be amazing, but here his delivery was kind of off. His whole nonchalant. A Punk can't get to me when he just made a joke about your dead father. It's like, do the Usos really care about your dead father more than you? Does your bloodline care about your dead father more than you? That's the thing that pissed me off. And if you don't want to go down the Larry family route, just stay away from that, right? Like you both are amazing at what you do. You don't really need to bring family into it. You can just talk about how much you hate each other. You've got the Colt Cabana stuff with the podcast. You've got the Shield stuff. You've got make Roman strong. They don't really use that line of the year. They've got a lot of content they can go into. If you don't want to fully commit to the family bit, I mean, I really liked the Usos segment. I thought that segment last week was really good. Jay looked amazing. Jimmy looked amazing. And for Roman to come and deliver that is like, you don't really care. I mean, you're making it look like you don't really care about your family and you're too nonchalant. Where I don't want Tribal Chief Roman anymore. I want that. I mean, he's supposed to be meant to be a babyface, and I do think he can be too much of a one-dimensional babyface at times. Just like grow out your character, man. Like show you care about your family. And yeah, man, this especially this promo, just it made them both look weak, but especially Roman. It made Roman look so weak.
Yeah. Is Lenny talking?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Is
cool.
it?
Yeah, I can hear Lenny now. Can you
Cool.
guys hear me properly?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, I've seen some people online like speculating how this feud is gonna go, right? Maybe the whole Reigns being like nonchalant, blah 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 sort of thing is a part of the storyline. And
Dwayne.
at Mania, right, let's say Punk beats Roman, like he causes an upset because Roman doesn't take him seriously. He's like, I'm gonna beat this guy with ease. And then this is where we see, I don't know, maybe Jay Uso could turn heel on Roman and say, we don't think you're fit enough to be the tribal chief to defend this family, This guy insulted your dead father, and what did you do? You lost to him at Mania. Or it could even lead to even the final boss getting involved. I don't know what you guys think about that.
The whole reason they go down this family route has to be because of Dwayne, right? Like, I mean, we've all basically said Saudi Mania, Roman will Rock. They are going to give Rock the biggest payday of his career with the company. Like, surely he has to, be involved in Mania next year. If he's there for Mania next year, the match is going to be Rock. Like, I don't see Rock v Cody. I don't see Rock v Punk.
Yeah.
I see Rock v Roman is the match they're going to do at Mania, and that is a great way to build to it. Roman shows he doesn't care about his bloodline like he says he does. Rock comes and he just, he comes out and Roman's like, yes, he's coming to help me. Roman, all that smoke, that smile he makes, like, yeah, Rock's coming, I'm gonna retain. And all of a sudden, Rock looks at both of them and he just, takes down Roman Reigns. I think that's a great way to build to the next Mania match. And I don't know about you guys. I think Punk winning is much more intriguing to me than Roman Reigns winning. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I would
100%.
agree.
It all depends on The Rock in it, if he's free or not. But even if he's not free, I think they could run the storyline with Jay and the Usos in general, doubting him and his abilities. And then The Rock could maybe come down further down in the year to like take it out on Roman. I think that's actually a great story. Similar to how when Cena lost to The Rock the first time and he had like a crisis. I think it would be really cool to see Roman lose to Punk and just have like a crisis, like, oh, am I really fit enough to be the tribal chief? Something like that, blah, blah, blah. It could be an interesting way to set up the Rock Roman for next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's actually the perfect way to set up Rock v Roman next year, especially because, listen, Rock might be there once or twice before the road to WrestleMania next year. Build this angle, and then have Roman just lose his mind like, oh, Rock, who's Rock to say this, blah, blah, blah. Roman can go through, like Kobe said, and a crisis where he doubts he's the tribal chief, and then he comes back stronger, he overcomes Rock at Mania, and that's actually some character work that we've wanted for Roman because since Mania 40, I'll be honest with you, I've seen absolutely no character progression from Roman Reigns. And yes, you can blame the company for that, but him coming back after Mania 40, he came back at SummerSlam to attack Solo. Since then, he's just been this one-dimensional babyface who tells the crowd to acknowledge him. Cuts, I mean, he's a good promo, right? He's a great, good wrestler as well. But his character arc, obviously, it doesn't help because he's not wrestling, well, he's not here that often, just SummerSlam, Rumble, and maybe do a B level show at that. But especially if he does lose or even if he wins, I just want him to be there more so I can actually, as a fan, because listen, I think he's the biggest star in the company. I've not always been the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but obviously I can appreciate what he is, right? Like he's the biggest star in the company, one of the best to ever do it. I just want to see some character progression from Roman Reigns, like we've seen in 2022, 2023, 2021, even 2020, where we seen him actually evolve into the tribal chief. I want to see Roman go down another character arc where like us as fans can actually get invested into him. Not the attraction that we all know he is, like he's one of the biggest stars ever for the company. The character, I want to see some great character arc work from Roman Reigns, and maybe he doesn't care like that. Maybe he's just there for the payday. But if you do want to build to the Roman v Rock storyline for next Mania, you have Roman basically lose his mind and start doubting himself, and then he slowly builds it back, beats Rock Mania, perfect.
I do like that personally because you can kind of run. Obviously, The Rock doesn't have to show up at this Mania, but you can kind of build it to where like Roman's now lost 3 Manias in a row, and
Yeah,
The Rock's like, how the fuck can you be the tribal chief and you haven't won on the biggest stage in 3 years? In fact, the only time you did win at Mania was on night one when I helped you win,
fact, yeah.
and it's like, well, you can't win without my help now. Is that what's going on? Like you're not the tribal chief no more. And then like you guys said, with the whole Roman doubting himself, he's like, oh, maybe I'm not the tribal chief. Like I did lose to Cody back to back, and now I've lost to Punk, who I was saying he was old, he was washed it, he was past it, like, but he beat me like clean at Mania. So I do actually really like that. I can't lie. And then you obviously have him overcome that by beating The Rock. So I
And,
do like that.
and Rock can say, "I pin Cody night one and night two. You can get the job done." So there's a
Hmm.
lot. There's a lot you can do with the final boss and Roman playing that baby face who's losing it all, who needs to win it back, and having him overcome Rock in what would be Rock's final match. I think it's a really good story they can tell. But I think we've got much more optimistic hopes than the company does. But I mean, Rock v Roman next year, if they go with the story now we've said, could be really good stuff. But yeah, we'll see where the company goes with that.
And
Yeah,
it's
go on.
really. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really easy to do because obviously we know Rock's schedule is quite limited, right? So in the meantime, until the Rock's available late in the year, you can have him feuding with Jay and Jimmy. You know what I mean? I think the perfect thing, Jay and Jimmy after Mania. Imagine the Bloodline doing a segment on Raw, and then Jimmy and Jay just walk off like a no confidence sort of thing.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, I said it. My main thing is I need some character progression from Roman Reigns up to the Rock match, right? Like, I don't want to be sat here this time next year doing a podcast with you guys and being like, since Mania 42, we've seen absolutely no character progression from Roman Reigns. He's the same guy he was last Mania, which he has been the same guy since Mania 40. So I do really hope what we've said does become true. So this comment says, Lenny, for you, not WWE related, but Lenny fucking ball in 3 words describe Mr. Kevin Porter Jr. Lenny?
Oh jeez, no, I'm not getting into that shit, man. That guy's a fug. That guy is a fug, man.
Is NBA
Fuck's sake.
related?
Yeah, he's got some serious allegations of beating up his partner. So
Oh, man.
and he's on my team, so I'm not a fan of him.
Oh, fair enough. But
Did you guys talk about what's it called? Who Randy was on the phone to?
we were talking about that when you joined, to be honest. Copy, who is your thoughts on that? Who do you think he was on the phone to?
Bro, I literally have no clue. Like I've seen people saying
We
it's
said
The
that, yeah.
Rock, but
It
like
can't be The Rock. Makes
but
no
I don't know
sense.
why. It wouldn't make sense if it's The Rock, unless The Rock just the whole storyline. Rock is just Cody's number one hater, bro. He just hates him. He just wants to recruit everyone to beat him up, which I low key would find hilarious. But I have a feeling it's either Ric Flair or maybe even Arn Anderson, and Arn Anderson could be an interesting one because he's quite close with Cody,
Oh
isn't he?
yeah. That's a good one. We never said, yeah. On Anderson could be a really good one. I've seen people say Kevin Owens copy. I mean, surely he has to
That
come up as a
doesn't make
babyface.
sense though. I don't get it
Yeah.
because it says royal family and Owens is just the only guy.
Copy. Did you see what Dave Meltzer said about this?
Nah, I ain't seen
He,
it.
he thought wrestling has more than one royal family man, Shane McMahon. Like, bro, how does that
Bro,
make sense?
it's gonna be Bob Orton, and he's gonna be like, "See, my dad's alive and yours isn't." He's
It
gonna
could
bring him down to the ring and be
I
like,
That'll be
mean,
good, man. That'll be good.
I don't know if you guys seen the news today, but I think Ted DiBiase he beat the case.
"Yeah, we said that. I said that earlier."
Yeah,
He bust case.
that's
He bust case.
Imagine.
Wait, triple threat legacy. Hold on.
I low key, I wouldn't mind that. That would be cold. That would be a full circle moment.
But yeah, I mean that's the episode of Raw, covered from start to finish. I mean, I did think it was one of the better episodes of Raw, which I mean is mainly season, so we are really hoping they depict the shows up. Kobe, what are your thoughts on the Oba Femi segment? Because we haven't got your
I
thoughts on
thought it
that.
was great. I thought it was amazing. See, Brock, when Brock cares, yeah, he's gonna sell for you. The way he
100%,
sold
yeah.
for Oba there, I have high hopes for this. I think Oba's just gonna absolutely steamroll him at Mania, and Brock will be happy to do the job because I think he rates or admires Oba.
Another thing that's been resting discourse, I'd say, over the last 2-3 days regarding a certain man who's retired, Goldberg Senior and Styles, Gunther. He's got no plans for Mania as of right now because Ray's been injured since the Rumble, and this company is, stupid enough to not have a backup plan. Is he gonna make Mania? Surely he does, right?
I can't lie, him not being on Mania is
Would be
absolutely
bonkers.
criminal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know how much of a bad look that is. If you have this, he retired Goldberg, Cena, and Styles, yeah, within what 8 months, right? And then you're just not gonna have him at Mania. Oh, it's a really, really bad look. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, Ray's been injured since before the Rumble, and surely a rib injury ain't gonna be that long for him to miss WrestleMania because it seems like Dragon Lee's moved on. Dragon Lee was in a match against Penta. Gunther wasn't on TV this week, so the company are probably like, we've got nothing to do with Gunther, let's keep him off TV. And I heard people say Seth, but obviously Braun Breaker looks like he's gonna be back soon because there was a report that came out saying listen, the company are really optimistic that Braun Breaker could be cleared in time for WrestleMania. So obviously that's off the table. Who else could Gunther possibly face if it ain't Rey Mysterio?
Oh
the
man.
only one I could have thought of would be Brock, but I'm surprised they've just not gone in that direction.
I think that'll probably be the SummerSlam match, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man,
I
Gunther.
know leaving Gunther off Mania, yeah, it just kind of relays the point. You know, them fans that were criticizing Gunther retiring, Cena, blah blah. This is just gonna add fuel to the fire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Because Gunther's already got quite a mixed reception online, right? Mate. I'm trying to think though. I don't know. I really don't know. The only other guy that's free is probably LA Knight.
Oh my days. I mean, that
I was
again
literally gonna say that.
makes no sense because he's in a feud with the Vision and just putting a random match together for Mania is like, well, what's the point? Maybe he does an open challenge and Swan accepts. I don't know.
I
Might
saw
be
some
what you
reports
could
today
do.
though. People were saying Seth Rollins is gonna face Jericho at Mania. I don't know.
Eh?
Well, I
Jericho,
was on
well,
Twitter.
Tony Khan's tied Jericho down because he's not getting out of that injury contract. He's staying with AEW. I'm not gonna lie.
And I think Gunter Seth if Braun's not, but then it doesn't make sense. Gunter Seth, like, why would they be?
Yeah, exactly. Plus, like he says on here, Braun does look like to be back, and I do really. I think we've all pitched it that listen, they could have a segment where Seth's in the ring and all the masked men leave, but one stays. He spears Seth and reveals Seth's at Braun Breaker. I think that's a good way you could get to that match. I don't think Seth's gonna have anything to do with Gunther Armenia. Gunther Chris Jericho, that's another legend he can face. I don't know, man. Gunther's in a really tough, which is crazy because Goldberg, Cena, Styles back to back to back is a crazy spree of a retiring legend, right? Especially Cena and age within a month. Surely you think, okay, Rey Mysterio was probably the first plan. If he got injured because he's old right now, surely the company would have a backup plan for him to face someone else. But it seems like they've just gone in that direction. And I mean, I'm sure surely
Penta, bro.
Gunther,
It's gonna
Gunther
be
can't,
Penta.
Gunther can't miss Mania, man. I'm sorry, it'll be
It's
crazy
gonna
if
be
he does.
Penta. Penta IC title, bro.
Oh my days. Again, that's a massive step down because he's above the RC title, man. But alright, guy, official Mania predictions for Gunther as of right now.
Ray. I'm still gonna go with Ray.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ray.
Yeah, I think Ray makes it back by Mania. A rib injury can't surely be that bad,
Did
can
you
it?
guys see some of the reports for SmackDown tonight?
I've seen a few of the matches. Sami Zayn against
I
Aleister Black.
I know that apparently Cody's not there.
Is it not there? Oh,
Apparently
okay.
he's selling what happened to him last week. Apparently the women's tag team is main eventing, so we could see the Bella twins as new champs.
Oh god.
in their first defense they lose. And I can't think of the guy's name. I'll try to find it. He tweeted out what's his name? You know, is it Corey Hayes? You guys know him, right?
Oh, Body Slam, yeah, him.
Yeah, he basically said tonight is like very, very hectic and chaos and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see.
Do you think Randy's gonna cut a promo in the ring or somewhere?
He should. I think to close the show, it should be Randy just cutting a promo in the ring, right? Like surely
think so.
Surely that closes the show.
I think so. I hope so. Anyway.
Have I missed any comments? Let me go. This one. Gunther is a victim of Triple H's slow storytelling. I get this comment. I'm not gonna lie, because the company, they've had him retire Cena and Stars, and after that they'll be like, yeah, we'll slowly get to the match at Mania. As of right now, you can probably just face Dragon Lee, which again was a really good mini feud. I really like that. But yeah, man, Gunther's in a tough spot for Mania. Not having a WrestleMania match for Gunther and EO 4 weeks before WrestleMania is criminal. How does that even happen? I mean, not even a direction to a match. Yeah, it just shows this company, man. Any other? I mean, we've been through this one already. Natalia should be Becky Lynch. Been through this one.
Hell no.
This one we missed. You can't blame Roman for the promo if Punk can't take the heat. True,
I
if it was
agree.
a last
I
minute, if
agree.
it was a last minute decision and
100%.
Punk and AJ were like, yeah, we don't want to talk about that even, then obviously it's Punk's fault, right? Like, don't go down that path and make it about, family and Larry. But yeah, weak promo, and this was the last comment about Lenny.
But I think we can, in regard to that thing about you can't blame Roman. I think if they want to revive interest in this, Punk's got to like bite the bullet and basically do, allow Roman to get his shit in next week. That's the only way. You just got to go there now.
Do you think they see the fan backlash and actually bring up Larry in the next month or so?
I think they will.
Yeah, they gotta.
To be honest, Larry's not even important, but there's so many other ways it could have gone. They could have Roman could have been like, "Oh, you're just jealous of me because I actually have a family and kids, and you're, a 40-year-old man with a dog or something." That that could be a potential route they go down. But
I think someone said you could bring up Roman was the big dog 10 years ago, but CM Punk, where's your dog right now? Something like that, man. Would have been really good, but I really hope we get him, man. And yeah, I'm sure you guys don't want to see a promo between these two next week. They just gotta go for it, and then maybe last week before Mania, 2 weeks, they can actually cut a good promo between each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Going into Mania season, what's your most intriguing match right now of the ones that have been announced? Mine's Cody Orton, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Same. Cody, Randy.
Lenny?
Yeah, Cody, Randy. Same.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what Randy has to say today. But yeah, I think that's all. We've basically covered everything. 1.5 hour. Yeah, we'll be back here on, let's say, Wednesday or Thursday this time. We'll try our best not to leave it to Friday, but we haven't said it, but anyone still watching, and if you're a Muslim, Eid Mubarak. I hope you really enjoyed your Eid and spent it with your family and friends. But yeah, that's why we've been busy, to be honest. Me and Kayfabe, we've had Eid and Eid preparation, so we really had the time to do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday. But yeah, we'll see you next week for another edition of Kayfabe Out. It is WrestleMania season, so we'll have a few WrestleMania themed videos out, maybe like a best match or best Mania overall. But yeah, thanks, Copy. I know you were out and you did join us a bit late, but it was a pleasure to have you on. Lenny, as always. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Cheers, lads.